VR review of the Corvette in the GTE configuration. I love this cockpit. I mean, look at it. It's just a toy car. It's a riot of rainbow colors. Even the dash up there's got 15 colors going at once. I love this rear view mirror. It means I don't need to use that. It gives you so much presence in VR, not having to have that virtual mirror up there. The distance from my seat to the wheel and then the dash and then the windscreen is perfect for me. The wheel still feels like it's at arm's length or so, but I'm not too far away. It's a long nose car. American sports cars going to have that massive long nose, the big engine, and yet it doesn't feel like it's all too far away. The roll cage, you can't go too high because of it. Look at 4.5, 5 centimeters. You seem to be bumping into it any higher and you're making a sunroof, but 3.5 centimeters, 2.5 is quite comfortable. It's great. The roll cage in the front left here, it's just perfect. It's not in the way and it gives you a sense of solidity of the car being all the way around you. Once again, having this mirror up and making that ghost through gets rid of that presence. The fact that that screen is there means, yeah, you can have it off. The side mirrors are a little bit narrow, they're a bit difficult to see, the right one especially with the roll cage in the way. If you can work out to turn that one off and maybe just leave the center and the left, that would be my recommendation. Other than that, there's a lot of detail down there that's not needed, but great. Don't look there and it shouldn't need to render it. The only problem I had with it was where to put the relative, and I ended up putting it up there, and I'll show you why. If you move it down here, which is the other sort of natural spot that's not taken up, that's the screen, doesn't go low enough, and here is you actually want to be looking at the track. So if you put it there, which apart from being on the left, which is unusual for me, kind of fits in pretty well. The problem is, when you move your hand up, the UI takes precedence over your hand and it goes ghostly. So my right hand is solid, my left hand becomes see-through, and that just takes you out of being in the car. The presence just isn't there. So unlocking it, I move it up there, and it's not ideal. The eye movement and the head movement is bigger from there to up there than it is just glancing across, down across on the same axis, but it's way better still for presence than having your hand disappear. What it does do is gets rid of that cross beam being solid, so you lose a little bit there. I would love to be able to move black boxes around more freely and move them backwards and forwards, although I still can't really see a spot on this car. Maybe on the steering wheel, if it was able to be tagged to the steering wheel, might make sense. But that's about the only downside I can see. Look, there's nothing on those windows, on the side windows you can see clearly. That pillar isn't too big. Let's get a little bit of rolling happening. You can spy out the right side of the windscreen even though there's a bunch of black bars in the way. You look straight through them. Look at that, find the apex and go. And even to the left with that pillar in the way, it's quite doable, because you're not that far away, right? If you were too far away, and we can show that by getting in forward and hitting the reset button, I mean looking down my own neck, if you're too far away, then it's so hard to judge where to place the car. The natural position for this car, and even the slightly forward position that I like, just get you so connected. Got that screen. I'm rambling now because it's a perfectly done VR place to be, apart from where to put your relative, but I think you can get over that by moving it up there. So yeah, do try this one in VR. It's really, really good.